Hello there, everybody. I'm Smithers, and I'll be your host for this Division I championship matchup between these two juggernauts, ESPT and WTH, here on Carentan with Train Station as the middle point. Both these teams are well known throughout the land of computers, but to those newcomers from the console world, these two teams are good, really good. If you have a match or a rematch coming up on Carentan Train Station, then you're going to want to pay special attention. Both these sides are going to be busting out some fancy cheese as they're going to look to prove who is number one in all of Hell Let Loose. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters. ESPT bringing in some heavy hitters all across the board, including Covenant, the number one paid player in all of Hell Let Loose, who was seen just recently sailing in the Mediterranean with Jeff Bezos discussing the future of ESPT. We can't ignore people like Paradox, Shaka Zulu, Excel, including a few recipients of Wham Bam Shabamos. Then there are people like 1200, who has sniped me out of a supply truck more times than I can count, even though I have clearly marked it as being Smithers' safe space. Jumping on over to WTH, we can see Critical Fail up there at the very top commanding today. Critical Fail is one who I died with in the trenches on AA Network before when we were brothers in arms as part of GXV in our match against Goff. Oh, those were the days. Tankers like Gold Dragon, Honey Badger we all know and love. However, WTH will be on pins and needles as they're going to wait to see if there will be a point where Honey Badger has a crash out like he did last weekend against Helios.
I'm going to take this time and tap our tracks.
Okay. Can you just
I'm going to leave you here. Capping 3233. Are you serious?
Nice.
Let's hold it now. Can we build the guys some
You, Smithers.
Let's go ahead and jump on over to the map for a quick analysis. Now, as far as Carentan train station goes, well, we're going to be looking down to the south near the mansion complex to see who's going to be able to control that key building and provide all those sight lines to the infantry. Over into the middle of the hard camp, we're going to have the stone wall that encircles train station. So no doubt we're going to be capturing a whole bunch of people jumping out over and possibly getting some melee action caught on stream. And we can't forget about those roofs and the cranes to get on top of them. So I have to see how close paid players are paying attention to what's going on above versus looking straight ahead of them. Up along the north, throughout all the city, is going to be various engagements going on. We expect a whole bunch of AP mines to be placed, perhaps some barbed wire even. But I think I'm going to be paying special attention to the whammo plays. WTH has had their famous share of whammos in the back line, but on the ESPT side, we know US Ranger has a lot of experience with getting deep behind the enemy. I'll be checking my map constantly to see what US Ranger is up to. And being a commander on Helios, I have faced ESPT numerous times and have seen them drop very deep airheads. I'm going to be looking for ESPT to get some really far back airhead plays to perhaps disrupt WTH's front line. So I'll have to see what WTH's OP and Garrison network looks like and see if there's a possibility they're going to be able to intercept those airheads no matter where ESPT drops them. Alrighty, everybody, that wraps up the pregame show. On behalf of everyone here at SmithersCast, we thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoy the match. All right, everybody, we are 1 minute and 15 seconds away from the ball drop. I'm your host today, Smithers. I play for the competitive PC team Helios. And, of course, we lost last week against WTH. But all good, fine, and dandy. Hope you enjoyed the pregame show. Remember, if you're enjoying the stream as you're watching it, be sure to hit that like button if you could, please, for this Division I championship matchup here on the PC side. For those of you on the console scene, well, you're going to see some things you haven't seen before. Like I mentioned in the pregame, there's going to be plenty of cheese. Cheese. And no, both sides are going to hold nothing back. ESPT's loadout, we have a Stewie down to the south, double Stewie, medium transport, supply truck. Up here to the north, we have a Recon vehicle Excel loading up 2 Recons, 2 Pumas. Up there to the far north. Looking to get some opening snipes on WTH. Oh my gosh. Rockets just look to be the case for WTH. Now it's going to be possible to watch both sides at one time. So we'll go take a look at WTH. Remember, Dulce Altberg is streaming as well. So be sure to check out his if you would like. 6, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's see what ESPT has in store. 1 snipe up to the north. CE, 54 CE, 1 truck pretty much wiped. WTH loading up the rockets. Everything's moving in. So looks like maybe it was just the northern side. Take a look at the map real quick. Recon vehicle staying up to the north. But once again, this truck gone for WTH. No CE yet for the Allies. Rockets should be coming forward here soon. Truck down to the south, heading towards Mansion. Rockets going all over the place. Don't see anything, buddies. 54 CE, 78. So WTH did get something. ESPT got 1 truck as well. Okay, so pretty much even, I would say. Everybody's mainly heading towards the hard cap. Don't see any incredible disadvantages. WTH has a few more bodies around here than they did. Or than ESPT does. And here we go. Stewie had a nice angle on the tracks. Getting a little bit of added elevation. Versus using the stilts in other situations that heavies use. Here we have the Stewie just getting a little bit of added by Bjorn, Rocco, and Desper. Shooting over the little wall and getting those shots over to the back of ESPT. Take a look at the map. 1 Recon vehicle still up to the very top by Joe. Unsure what he's doing up there, but he's doing something. One rocket to the back comes in onto the Lukes from Shaytex. Be able to take that out. Another Luke still in the circle. Of course, we expect plenty of action on top of these roofs. We'll try to keep an eye out over the course of the match. Camp progress still going in favor of WTH. Down to the south, Mansion control in favor of the Allies. Map control looking really good. Up to the north, WTH winning the gunfights in the town, or in the city, just barely. Mostly even, though. Mostly even. Got a good chunk of blueberries and banana berries up here to the north. So these raspberries most likely will be flexing out of here in just a moment. 4th point is Monhalay, though. So they may try and give this a shot and test HCPT's defense. Another Lukes goes down, and that'll be it for the strong point armor. We just have the P4 left. And it looks like WTH will get the first cap here on Train Station. Now, most would say, though, that Train Station is favored to be capped by the Axis first. WTH proving that wrong. Low skill moron down below. Boomer Sooner to the right. Unknown over here to the left. Commanding today for ESPT is Woman Repellent. Critical fail on the ally side. 9, number 303 in aim. Of course, all these players are going to have aliases from their roster names. We got to remember that. Sheza down below. Moving on forward. And over the course of this match, we're going to... WTH... in the game, played against us last week, threw a decent chunk of mediums around the map, was able to surprise us in the back line. I won't be surprised if that happens today. Going maybe across up north, trying to skirt on through, going behind. ESPT trying to surprise their heavies to the rear. Map situation, though, looks pretty stable from both sides. No real game changers yet. We'll try to give everybody a little bit of camera time in this championship matchup. Shaka Zulu. Right here around the corner. Magva wins the 1 vs 1. U.S. Ranger. We're going to be keeping an eye on him today. He's going to be rocking Queen Squad. We'll see if he switches, but for right now it's Queen. In Carentan, you like to see a lot of AP mines, AT mines to stop all those stragglers trying to circle through the city. You've seen plenty of clutch AP mines in these championship matches so far. Hopefully these sides continue that trend. Takahara, Gas, of course, famous shooter in Hell Let Loose, has a very popular YouTube channel. Be sure to check that out and view all his expertise when it comes to frontline fragging. Take a look at train station. Everything pretty much even. No real crazy movements here. We do have Rudin. Has made it probably the farthest. Zesty over here to the left on top of the roof. With that MG42. Crusader, Ranger, Grandpa. Ranger could have a really nice OP. Explosion happens down below us, right north of the tracks. That's going to be one of the opening trucks. WTH, really solid line. ESPT, though, getting a little bit more control over the north, although it's kind of mixed, to be honest. Nothing going on in the back line. As you can see, Monhalay also nice and clear. Do have some AP mines, or AT mines up here on the road, so that'll cover that. Still have the Recon vehicle from Joe. I wonder if he has a predetermined sight line. He must have some target he's firing at repeatedly. Maybe to knock out an MG position, because we know, obviously, artillery snipes are no longer a thing. And for those of you just joining, we had in the past, teams would set up artillery snipes from across the map. And there would be a tanker responsible for just lobbing shells at artillery for the entire game. But ever since then, artillery has become protected. Sheza taking out a couple here, going up against Littleless. Not Legolas, but Littleless. Wipes him. Takes control of this hedge. We do see a Stewie starting to make a dive. And this is where tankers will gladly exchange these light tanks and jump into a medium or a heavy, as mediums have become a lot more popular with the 2 heavy limitation plus the 10-minute cooldown. Honey Badger, Grecker, and Larry cruising on up here, getting an angle. Don't see any AT in the vicinity for for ESPT, so Stewie may have a little bit of a room to move. Do have Pollo Loco. Looks like he's maybe responsible for some rocket snipes. Yep, Pollo Loco loading it up. Got some ammo drops right here. He's gonna launch them towards predetermined outpost and garrison marks. Hopefully knocking those out. Expect to see some Tigers up here on Monhalay over the course of the match. Plenty of gray sight lines. Pumas also firing some shots over the hard camp. What do we have here? Oh, it's just a tractor. Okay. For a second, I thought it was a flipped P4. P4 is making a push on the Stewie, I believe. Yep, they come around, they pop it, and take care of Honey Badger and his crew. Map control still about even. WTH did gain a little bit of ground, but ESPT has dedicated more bodies front door and pulling on back. Got 1 OP. We have Charlie Squad working the way to the back. That's going to be Trotch. We'll have to see what kind of progress he's able to make. Remember, for those newer players, Recon does not have any supplies. It's going to be reliant on a supply drop from Commander Woman Repellent. Or wait, hold on. That's going to be WTH's side, but relying on the Commander critical fail to get a supply drop back there. ESPT getting a little bit of cap. Loading up the heavyweights here in the circle. WTH spawn wave comes in. Nacho gets popped. Junior peeks around. Low skill, moron, and unknown. Rocket from Duba barely misses. And they're going to be able to wipe this OP. They're going to come around and see it in just a second. There we go. The 3 seconds. Do they see anything? Nope. It's all clear and good to go. All right, so these ESPT Blueberries are going to push on forward to the crane sector. Zoda's on the opposite side. Low skill moron's gonna put down a proxy satchel. Understands he's getting into a little bit of a dicey situation. So puts that down just in case. And here come the raspberries. We got Dorbian, Zoda, special agent. And the satchel could prove fruitful. Zoda jumps on over. Dorbian's right there. Satchel's about to go. No way. Could get a triple. Unless it's a 1 minute one. Oh, there we go. All right. The satchel goes off. Clears a couple. Always put down your proxy satchels if you got them. ESPT pushing forward with the P4 in the circle. Then we have down to the south another P4. Double P4 opening. No Tiger on the map, actually. We have a Recon vehicle, so no heavies. If I'm looking at the map correctly, everybody. 2 P4s. Remember, we have seen the psychologic impact of teams not spawning heavies for a while and only using mediums, keeping the enemy team wondering where the heavies are. Panzer Force pushing up. Cap progress stalls for ESPT. Up here to the north, city battle. Going back and forth down these long alleyways. Got a medium 75 down below us with Gold Dragon inside of it. Harry and Rising Valhalla. Looking to control these long streets. Another medium for WTH in the other road. Butters, gas. Bombing run coming on forward. It's going to be a allied bombing run going over in a diagonal direction. May damage the medium. Got a Belgian gate built back there right by the Panzer IV. Another rocket sails on over towards the middle of the town. Fortunately, the bombing run is just going to bring up dirt. It's going to go over the P4. It will damage that. But I don't think anybody was home. Thus is the life of a commander in competitive Helios. Blueberry's pushing on forward, getting control of the opposite side. This other P4 has made their way to the hedgerow, but they get popped in the back from Alf with a rocket. Oh, maybe from Delete as well. Do have a Puma cruising on back here. It's going to be Excel. Looking to find any spawn points. Maybe wipe any O-posts. He does get one. Slappy up top with the MG. This Puma went right through WTH's front line and could be able to go down here to the south to see what Excel ends up doing with this. AT comes back from Delete. They may have spotted it. But does he have the long-range rocketeering? No, it looks like he's going to hold. He's going to hold. First Tiger, I think, was just spawned in, actually, down to the south. Yep, there it is. First Tiger. Delete's going to run back and try to chase down Excel. Takahara Butters getting maintaining control here of Town Center. 1200. One of the most lethal snipers in Hell Let Loose. With that deadly FG-42. Oh, no, gets gunned down on the road. Panzer IV's here to support them. Rocket comes in from Fignaldo on the medium 75. Another rocket. Fignaldo gets gunned down. The OP is right there. Yep, the OP gets popped by Gold Dragon's crew. Confident with the assault kit. No more. That 75 will need to be repaired here shortly. They're only a couple rockets away from getting wiped. Take a look at the map situation. That Recon squad, Charlie still working their way through the back line. Not much going on. We do have Ajax counter reconning back there. Checking everything out. One defensive squad. Looks like ESPT has gotten fully pushed back amongst back to these hedges. Back towards the defense there on Mount Halais. For those of you just joining, this is the Division 1 Finals. From the PC side, the two best teams, WTH and ESPT, going toe-to-toe as part of this HCA championship. I'm your host, Smithers. So far, we have seen one capture going to WTH on train station. ESPT had a few points where they had a little bit of cap progress, but WTH forced them back out. Rocket to the side. Nine, Sanzu, Rubes over there to the top right. Recon vehicle still in the back. Excel still doing his thing. I'm surprised. The solo Booba's still alive back here. What's Excel doing? He's over here to the left. He's trying to get... maybe just taking out those MGs over and over again. Just looking for targets. Not much back here, unfortunately. Just surprised that no one from WTH has seen him just yet. We'll see. See what happens with Excel. But yeah, the line has been remaining pretty stable. No crazy breakthroughs just yet. We do have a recon vehicle solo gunner here by Mount Halais, but it looks like it's about to be mopped up by AIM. AIM comes back. Looking to load up on the Greyhound. Another rocket, and that will do it. Comes it from Sheza. Tiger from ESPT parked up at the top of Mount Halais. Looking for those long sight lines on the Allied tanks. Looks like Excel's going to get himself another garrison. Comes down to the south, finishes that off. Delete's going to be in chase. We have a Stewie down here. We have 176 by the hard cap. Precision strikes are off cooldown, remember. So we'll look to see how aggressive these commanders are with them. Most of the time you see the luck happen with the Allied P-strikes versus the Stuka. At least such has been the case here on SmithersCast for those poor Axis commanders. Belgian gates being built, of course, to make it easier to get on top of these buildings and offer a little bit of protection. Actually, I don't know if you can get to the top of the building with that Belgian gate, usually in the crane mainly. But with that one, you'll be able to get some armor protection for the opening P4, I think it was. Takahara going 1v1 versus Duba. Fortress over to the left, maybe to offer some grenade support. Takahara peeks. Duba gets Fortress. Duba's going to go over to the left. Takahara, does he expect him there? Camp progress beginning on train station. ESPT getting a little bit there. We'll check in a second. Takahara. Data from the right. Oh, Data comes around the corner and nails him. Begnaldo up here to the north. U.S. Ranger as well. I mean, the back line is okay for a train station, but I imagine their network should be able to sniff anything out, really. 75 down to the left, peeking out, trying to just maintain, just hold back those blueberries that we see to the top of our screen. Panzer IV going back and forth, peeking. Go check out the hard cap. ESPT about 25% there. Sounds like we have a jumbo down below us relocating. Jumbo moving over to the mansion. 50% now. Let's take a look at the map. 76 is moving down to the south. Cap progress still coming in for ESPT. They may try and just overload these outposts and push everything towards a circle with this big of an advantage. They're holding tight still. I don't see a big mass coming on in. They may think if it's just a little bit of a false cap, maybe. Rocket from Mug. Misses a chunk of blueberries. Mug's gonna line up another one. Mug. Nope. Flig dodges behind. The artillery's taking care of the rest of them. Got a Tiger. Capping. Claro, and it's always now. Peeking out. Trying to get a sight line down the road. They're not satisfied with what they see, so they'll keep on moving. Another Panzer IV pushing forward. Panzer IV over there. Panzer IV down to the south. Hedgerow exchanges go back and forth. I mean, this map split. This map controls 50-50. Nobody's gaining everything, or nobody's gaining anything right now. But as always, there's some type of breakthrough. Something happens. Blueberries get the upper edge, able to wipe an outpost, maybe a garrison. Create a little hole in the defensive line. Stewie up on stilts. I don't think I've ever seen a Stewie up on stilts before, but Crusaders on there. Getting an extra angle into train station. So it's not just possible with heavies, ladies and gentlemen. You can get a Stewie up there as well. So you have them right here, and Crusader can just keep lobbing rounds over into the side. Knocking out one blueberry after another. Maybe an outpost. 76 will back up. Fantastic armor protection today. As in the great words of Jim Bodiam, infantry is not allowing it to happen. Unit 75 getting a different angle. Artillery round destroys that raspberry. Wrath has scum on through. Oh no, Wrath is just on the opposite side of the wall. He's going to put the proxy satchel down. Not going to risk the jump over there on the far right. Line looks stable. No backline shenanigans. Everything has been cleaned up in the G and H. Oh, we do have Charlie Squad actually way in the back. Duking it out maybe with Woman Repellent. Or Woman Repellent doesn't see him. I think we had a tank over here that we saw. The Sherman 75 did finally get destroyed with... Maybe not, though. The carcass, I think, got wiped. Not too sure. More deep rockets from Pollo Loco. I'm kind of curious how many outposts and garrisons he's nailed from back there. Another P4 on the map. I think the P4 down to the south was taken out by the Jumbo 76. Allied supplies falling down below. WTH is gaining a little bit of ground here, forcing ESPT back just a few meters. And I mean, when I say just a few meters, I literally mean that. I mean, with these two teams, you don't expect... I mean, the communication that's going on in the back line is very intense. Allocating bodies to the north, to the south, to the middle. This OP needs to be relocated. That OP needs to be removed. And that's what these teams do. I think that this is maybe the farthest the WTH player has made it. Dorbian going up against low skill Moron. going to go over to the right now. Duvel may see him. Yep, he does. Takes care of that. Butters is actually in the back line. Recon squad leader. Oh, one Tiger was destroyed on the road. So that will take care of that one. Grunt's going to look to salvage it, I think, real quick. Yep. Going to send that fuel back to Commander Woman Repellent. Wonder if they got side-shotted by the medium 75. Medium back here gets out. Looking to repair real quick. U.S. Ranger Fortress Takahara trying to get somewhere towards WTH's line. U.S. Ranger tries to come out. Magava's facing the other way. U.S. Ranger gets him in the back. But doesn't make it much farther. Napa. Nikalele. One raspberry. Nikalele pushes up. Going up against Fortress. Waits. Fortress dives down. Nikalele. Oh, with the headshot. Damn. Just like that. WTH says not today. We're almost a half hour in already. The 75 is up there to the north. No one's crewing it just yet. They may be waiting. Butters, once again, making it to the back line with 1,200. Going to be looking for Garrison's outpost and providing armor recon or armor intelligence. Back to their team. One Panzer IV is pushed on forward, getting some side shots, maybe into the 76. Nope, not quite. They don't have an angle. Jumbo 76 is backing up. Jumbo gets one round in. Another one should do it. And, nope. Panzer IV still alive. Nacho gets Wolfie in the back. Airhead plane called in. And when the ESPT calls in an Airhead, you know things are getting serious. Jumbo has not knocked out the P4 yet. Jumbo's gonna get a little bit better angle here and finish this off and prevent that P4 from providing any more cap weight. Jumbo pulls up. Gold Dragon and crew. Not firing just yet. What's going on? What am I missing? Okay. Oh my gosh. Alrighty, I didn't know what was happening there. I thought Gold Dragon may have something happened with the gunner's mouse, maybe died or something. I wasn't too sure. But okay, that takes care of that Panzer IV. Cap progress stalls a little bit. Up here to the north, the Allies did lose another, or one Jumbo 76. I think that's their first they lost. Not sure what that was from. We do have, no more tanks down to the south. Bombing runs called in. The Airhead is alive and well. Commander Woman Repellent taking that Airhead and putting it in a nice safe space behind the building. Cortai, Mug, Special Agent, Low Skill, Moron going over to the back of the 76, maybe trying to fake him out. Gold Dragon, Rising Valhalla, Harry not having any of that though. Bombing run from WTH. Persistent Strike called into train station. This is going to be on this 76 up here to the north, I believe. Or no, 75. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if it nails it. Can Woman Repellent go 1 for 1? Woman Repellent! No! Woman Repellent nails the Stuka! Alrighty, maybe the curse is broken on SmithersCast. Maybe we're good to go now. Jumbo's taking a hit. They're going to back up now. They're burning. Gold Dragon's going to need to seek some safety here. .56 minutes left to go. We have a recon vehicle down to the south by Joe and Excel. Supply truck going over to the back line. Nothing from WTH. We have Charlie Squad, and that's it. Able to provide some intel. But no Gary's, nothing to threaten Monjole. Excel or ESPT shutting out everything in the back line. But they haven't been able to crack WTH's defensive nut. However, they are getting close. We saw a little bit of campling. The Blueberries have forced back the Raspberries a little bit more. Not much action stretching map edge to map edge. It's being pretty much caught off at Town Center. And not much more. Panzer IV cruising down over here to the left. Looking to maybe shove it in the circle. Yeah, Panzer IV goes to the doorway. It's going to be, who do we have in the... We have Reisel Pisseling and Sergeant Fupa inside the P4. This is going to be a decent chunk of cap weight right inside. Blueberry's getting good map control. Strafer run going through the back line to protect that garrison. Raspberry Wave comes on in, almost to the 50% cap now for ESPT. 1200 and Butters still harassing the back line. 1200 can be an absolute pain in the ass. Probably going to go for this MG now. Slappy's up top. Camp progress still coming in. The Blueberries are making some very nice penetration. Flig confident to the rears. Rocket comes into the side of the Jumbo in the middle of the circle. I think this is Gold Dragon's Jumbo. Sure is. He's trying to maximize the cap weight and buy the team some time. But ESPT is being relentless with these rockets. Paradox ricochets off the side. Wrath goes trying to come over, but the coax is going to be facing the front. He's not going to have a chance here, and this Jumbo is going to be almost stranded. Gold Dragon and crew are trying to back up. But it looks like this may go to ESPT. Oh, and there we have it. Second capture of the matchup, ladies and gentlemen. ESPT going up 3-2 with 54 minutes left to go. Ruins. Oh my gosh, Ruins is the fourth point. No. Sends shivers down my spine. Vignaldo 9, Sheza holding the mansion area. Greyhound coming around the corner. Greyhound's just looking to mop up some OPs. Cause a little bit of distraction. Who do you got in that Greyhound? I think it's just a solo. Larry inside. So Larry will continue doing his thing. But ESPT's looking really good now. They got the map control. Gold Dragon actually was able to escape. Back in straight up. There were no Tigers to threaten him. So him and his crew just slowly getting back there to the protection of their Raspberries. No, WTH is going to have to figure out what will be the recap scenario. Obviously nothing in the back line going on. ESPT shutting it down. WTH also shutting their line down. Although Ruins is probably one of the worst points to try and defend. ESPT committing a few banana berries up here, including the top fraggers. Gas is coming up. Gas is looking to give him a taste of his medicine. Here we go. Let's see what Gas can pull off here. Takes out one. It's going to go contested just barely. Nappa's going to go back into the circle. Oh, no. Gas gets popped. Shot over there by Jake. And now ESPT has that garrison established right on the border, and they're going to be able to flood bodies right across. That's a terrible thing about ruins, is instead of an open field or something right next to the point, you have this all these buildings where the enemy team can launch blueberry after blueberry over into your sector, right into the circle, creating this sort of relentless aggressiveness. So expect to see a lot of AP mines being placed by WTH to maybe slow down ESPT just a little bit. We'll have to see. Duel gets one, peeks around, but no, Jake takes care of him. Father Pig 1200 gas, US Ranger going up to the top. And now all this is open field for ESPT to make something with. Yep, here goes gas again. Nope, this is the fight against Jake. Jake looking to prove his worth as well. 1200. Goes on top. Looking around. Rudin, Duba. 1200. Gets one. Doesn't know the other raspberry's there. Takes refuge behind the park bench and nails the second shot. Camp progress is going to come in just a little bit more. WTH still has they have one garrison to the rear, but Love Squad. No, 1200's going to see it. 1200. Oh, he gets the garrison behind ruins. Okay. Garrison's gone. They still got a couple OPs, though, so they should be okay. Critical establishing some garrison to the back line, but he has to deal with RAP Grandpa. Okay. Raspberries are doing just fine. Still got a couple back here. So we'll go back to a train station, see what we got going on. ESPT gaining ground front door. Mansion controls in favor of the Axis. Panzer Force pushing up down to our bottom right. Aim our dubs. Schmeg number 303. Drisky. Bivox. Rocket. Sails ahead, I think, from Pollo Loco. Still firing those deep zingers. Alf. Charlie Squad still patrolling the back line. Trying to relay those armor updates to the crews. Got one medium 75. It's going to be Bjorn and Desper poking out here. Got a nice ammo depot station built so they can resupply as needed. Camp progress coming in on ruins just a little bit. The front door garrison was taken out, so ESPT won't be able to commit to the all-in. They're just going to be reliant on OPs. We'll see how aggressive they get with it there. But ruins, you just never know where the enemies, they can dig in like a tick. All those little spots in there. 75 comes on over. Goes across the tracks. Going to cruise up to the road here, looking to relieve some pressure maybe for the defense. Jumbo 76 is here as well. Gold Dragon. Repairing the one he had before. Squad Lead Flig. Over here in the corner. Hearing those tank engines burring around. He's going to relay that recon to his team. Or not. Map situation check, everybody. ESPT's line looks so solid north to south. They're pushing WTH back into the D column. Nothing up here to the north. Once again, just Charlie in the back. How many times have I said that so far? A lot. One Tiger to the south of train station. P4. P4. Recon. And another P4. So 3 Panzer 4s on the map for the Axis. 1 heavy. 3 P4s. 1 heavy. Going once, going twice. Sold. TSBT. Commandant peeking around the corner as the AT loadout now with the rockets. Looking to get one on the Jumbo, but the Jumbo's front facing him. Won't be able to do much. Mug gets confident. Ruins looks all good to go. Schmeg, gas coming around the corner. Looks like we have KC in the hard cap. And we're almost to the halfway point, everybody, already. That's crazy. Jumbo peeks around. Going 1 versus 1 against the Tiger. The Jumbo losing the battle, though. They're going to have to peek. They're going to have to go back, but they hit they lit him in the corner there. Tiger ricochets off the front. Jumbo's going to have a second chance at this. Oh, and the Jumbo crew comes out ahead. Oh, man, it looked like it was all lost for Gold Dragon and his crew. But they win the 1 versus 1 against the ESPT tank. Oh, that ricochet right off. I think it was right off the top of the turret, if I remember correctly. Oh, it looks like the WTH, the driver, backed up at the slight wrong angle and hit the rubble right there and wasn't going to be able to get back in time. But the ricochet was perfect and allowed them a second chance at life. Blueberry's gaining some ground, slowly but surely. Fignaldo has made his way into the back. P4 down below. And as the winning poll vote is right now, plenty of mediums thrown away, and I believe that is strongly the case. 3 mediums for 1 heavy. Why not? Fignaldo lying low. Here's the heavy. That's gonna be... Who do we have in this heavy crew? It's gonna be Honey Badger, Grecker, and Larry. They may hear the squishy footsteps. Probably not, though, over the engine. Fignaldo's going to come over to the left-hand side. Fignaldo's has a satchel out, ready to go. He's running. He's running. Oh, he's trying. 76, is it getting close to a spawn point by chance? It sure is. Garrison's right by. Fignaldo looks to put it on the booty. Yes, did he get it? No, he did not. He may have had his gun out to take out Zoda, but Zoda intercepted him at the perfect time. Oh, man. That was close. Over here to the right, we have another P4 sent to the scrapyard. Another P4. Captain. It's always now. Pushing on forward. Looking to maybe surprise that Jumbo 76, but the Jumbo may look at this way at the perfect time. I think their barrel, though, is facing to the east. Okay, yeah. Probably not. The Jumbo's going to escape. Or, sorry, the Panzer IV is going to escape. And come around. Map situation check, everybody. Ruins looks nice and secure. WTH handling that nice and fine. Sherman 75 down to the south. A little bit of Blueberry mass in towards the back line. Paradox Ranger. Check everything out here. Remember, Ranger is lethal with the back line spawn points. He will plant it in the perfect position and come where you least expect it. That's what he's looking to do today against WTH. Another medium, the Panzer IV we saw, just gets wiped by the 75 crew. By Germax. Germax and Crusader. To the hard cap on train station. A little bit of raspberry push here. So far looks really good for ESPT. Special agent with the Springfield. Firing with the pistol now, Duville. Oh, doesn't quite get the mark. Special agent pokes back out at Duville. Nails him. He's going to go for that supply drop now. 76 down the road. A long-range rocket. Whew, threads it amongst the buildings. Nacho Mika over to the left. Rocket comes to the side of the Tiger from Junior. Tiger's going to poke on forward. Just a little bit. The Jumbo 76 is approaching. Tiger's burning, though. Oh, the Jumbo sees it. Jumbo gets one in. Tiger backs up. 76 knows they got the advantage. Athens jumps out to maybe do a quick repair, but it's going to be in vain. The Jumbo 76 should be... Oh, no, the Jumbo fires short. Rocket to the side. Ricochets from Chortle. Junior's coming around. Here's the repair torches going off. Junior's going to be able to, yeah, he rockets both of them. All right, so the Tiger will be toast in just a second. Grunt may be able to get one round off on the 76, though. He aims. No, not today. And the 76 crew comes out ahead. Assuming that is Honey Badger, Grecker, and Larry. Slowly but surely, they peel a little bit away at the ESPT defense. But as we saw in the pregame show, ESPT is rocking a firepower-filled roster. Who knows if anybody can overcome it? Well, WTH prove to everybody that they can. Bomber run called into the rail train, going over here to the front line, looking to wipe out that opening garrison. Woman repellent, trying to just alleviate the pressure on the front door just a little bit, maybe cause a breakthrough. U.S. Ranger Fignaldo. Ruins still being well defended by WTH. Bomber run coming on forward. It's going to get the garrison and maybe 2 raspberries. For those of you just joining, I'm your host today, Smithers. I play for the competitive PC team Helios, who last week lost against WTH. And WTH is facing ESPT here in the finals as part of HCA on the PC side. So far, we have seen 2 captures. First going to WTH, holding for a good chunk of time. But ESPT kept the pressure on, and was able to push on through and get train station. And now they're sitting up 3-2 with 40 minutes left to go. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to take a second and hit that like button if you could, please. And I'm assuming there's going to be plenty more of action in this one. Covenant, Apollo, Gas, and Flig up here to the north. Checking out everything north of Ruins. Covenant with the long-range peaks. Takes one shot. Job. Covenant, a master in the lean left, lean right skill. Some say he has read Sun Tzu's Art of War over 75 times. Meditates for 3 hours before every Hell or Loose match. And consumes 1 quart of carrot juice before every game. But sometimes those are the things you need to do to be the best of the best. Over here to the right, we have 175 cruising down the road. Covenant won't be able to do too much against that. All clear, although we do have a Butters going around the back line. A Recon tank down here, Greyhound, or sorry, Puma. And looks like they're going to be waiting for the next 76 to spawn in. Can we see some magic happen? Now, as opposed to what Leb did on Carentan before, that was with a Stewie. Puma's going to take a few more shots and allow the enemy tank crew more time to respond. So we're going to pay attention down here. But they see if... Okay, let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. What will the Puma crew decide to take care of? Okay, it looks like actually they're heading back towards the hard cap, so no need to... We'll see them momentarily. There we are. So they'll spend some time looking for garrisons, outposts, see what all is going on. Ruden, Vivix, WTH over here to the right. It's trying to... Maybe... Just trying to get control of the mansion again real quick. 76 destroys the carcass, opting for no salvage there. Commander Woman Repellent in the back line, checking everything out. Finding a nice safe space for the supply truck. Oh, Raspberries get absolutely decimated by Sanzu. And the FG-42. OP in the bush. R-Dubs throws an aid and clears it. Sanzu provides overwatch just in case they spawn back in. But he's all good to go. Puma's still cruising around. Rocket comes in from Germax and Shay Tax. Next one should do it. Puma's burn it. We're going to try to back up here. Germax comes around. Finishes it off. That's the Kayla. Aim. Coming around the corner, gets popped by Aim. Aim's going to approach this little area here. I think WTH is an outpost. Really close. I think I just heard. Yeah, there was a Garrison. Garrison down to our bottom right. Map situation check, everybody. Nothing going on near ruins. Everything looks okay. Nothing in the back line for WTH. All is good for ESPT. We do have some shenanigans going on here, but I don't think it's too serious. Hitman Alex could have a very nice backline OP, though. Be able to disrupt that front line. And this Jumbo 76 is dependent on these couple Raspberries here to hold them off, but they do thread a shot through the side of the hedge to take out another P4. How many P4 carcasses and Sherman 75s will we see today? 20, 30, 40? Honey Badger gets out to repair. No P-strikes yet from Oh, no, we did see the ones Stuka called him. I forgot about that. Woman Repellent 1 for 1 so far. No P-strikes from Critical Fail yet. I think Woman Repellence is off cooldown, if I remember correctly. So we're going to have 2 jumbos, I believe, down to the south. Is that a jumbo? No, it's a medium 75. Oh, hold on. We got the Tiger right here. There may be peeking Honey Badger. Let's go take a look. Honey Badger's in a little bit of a dicey corner, but he's going to have the opening advantage. Out repairing right now. Tiger can't be up. Tiger's right there waiting for him. A half-track called in by Woman Repellent. Half-track is going to be... We have a Luke's up to the north. Half-track is going to be down to the south, I believe. We'll pay attention to see what the commander does with that one. Tiger's waiting for Honey Badger to peek, but Honey Badger... Honey Badger is going to go for it, maybe? Honey Badger? That's what you call kiting, everybody. Going alongside the hedge. And if the enemy is there, you can easily go back. Oftentimes in these newer teams, you see pub peeking where you just front peek the enemy tank. And they're able to get 2 shots in you without much effort, as you have nowhere to retreat to. This Tiger booking it over there to the right. Sumbo 76 looking for that second shot. Overshoots. Backs up. Tiger may have escaped. It's always now gets out to repair and should be okay for the moment. We'll see if a precision strike is called in by Honey Badger, though. See if he's able to relay that to Critical Fail to say, hey, I have a mark for you. Use it right now. Supply drop coming down to the south. Not a peace strike. Pignaldo, Piston, Unknown, Dorbian, duking it out here in the front of train station. No peace strike yet. I was waiting for it. I thought Honey Badger would be screaming at Critical Fail to bring that on in. But it looks like it won't be happening. Camp progress begins on ruins just a little bit, but it's just sector right now. Nothing too serious. Honey Badger still stalling. Tiger's on the opposite side. Very even exchanges, even though ESPT went up 3-2 and had really good map control. WTH holding the line, not bending too much. There was a little bit of bend, but they're back in the E-grid. Data working his way to the town. Father Pig over there to the top left, just watching that key intersection. Look at Father Pig. Look at this buddy. Just holding his position in the middle of all these street this big intersection, making sure no shenanigans happen back here. Kudos to people like Father Pig. Staying away forced to stay essentially away from all the main action, just to make sure all his buddies could push up on the front line, do their thing. WTH bringing more bodies back to defense than we saw before. John Bonjona says, hey brother, please, may we have more Smithers POV videos. I really enjoy them. Yes, I have so much content to do. I am overloaded with a to-do list right now. Don't worry. Things will settle a little bit down after this week, after today. And I should be able to pump out some more stuff over the course of the week. So don't worry. Plenty more to come. 31 minutes left to go in the match, everybody. Back and forth, all across the map. Mika, over here to the left. Trying to hold an angle. Takes out one. Takes some shots from the coax. Gonna try to hide behind the building. Gonna look to maybe throw a smoke grenade here. Oh, going for a nade maybe on the tracks. Juba spawns in. Oh, Mika gets gunned down. That OP is a little bit of a dicey spot, but not really much, not many options here. Just giving it this a little opportunity. Not much to lose, of course. Cap progress tickles ruins a little bit. Once again, nothing too serious, though. Confident is in the hard cap. Always a force to be reckoned with. Medium 75 over there to the right. In the back line, still have Queen Squad. Oh, Ranger has gotten to the back. Okay, so Ranger is deep. The OP is right here. One supply box has come on in. Looking to see if another one is on its way. Pollo Loco up here to the north. Another lethal AT player. The one firing rockets earlier. Pollo Loco looking for spawn points. Sees the allied supply drop. I'm going to inspect the area. The WTH garrison, he says, can't be far away. There it is. Over there to our left. If I looked to my left, I wouldn't have been so blind. Pollo Loco puts down a proxy satchel. Look at that distance. The expertise. Not getting too close, just in case they spawn in and risking getting shot down. Expert level competitive play there by Pollo Loco. Let's confirm that it gets the garrison, though. Make sure he didn't put it too far away. Got about 15 seconds left. Spawn wave comes in from Weasel. Delete and data. Pollo Loco tries to distract them. Satchel should be going off any second now, and it does! Pollo Loco gets himself a triple. And that will take care of that. Pollo Loco, no doubt, with a little bit of a smile on his face after that one. Nice job, buddy. Cap Progress comes in on train station with a front door push from WTH. They're overloading it. We got OPs. We got plenty of raspberries. We got tankers. 76 over to our right. Do they have enough to commit here? A lot of raspberries, I think, were just deleted off our screen between artillery and rifle fire. Yeah, it looked a lot bigger there for a second before I zoomed on over. But the tanks haven't committed just yet. And that'll be when you know they are really serious about it. Another blueberry spawn wave comes on him. Woman repellent. Slightly nervous about this one. But ESPT looks to be all okay. Garrison established in the backline by US Ranger. And as we saw last time on the SME match between these two teams, U.S. Ranger gets up a big backline garrison, and ESPT will be flooding the front line of WTH and wrapping this and destroying all of it, cleaning up house and creating this vice between the ESPT front line and the E-grid, and now in the back line in the D-grid. This will be brutal. Look at these blueberries spreading out. Textbook play here by a professional team. .75. These tankers have no idea what's coming. 176 cruises past an OP. They may face a lot of Panzer hate to the rear in a few moments. Blueberries holding strong at the mansion. Let's see how WTH handles this. Will they be able to sniff out all these ESPT intruders? Honey Badger and Larry get to safety. Pollo Loco guns down. Letique. One rocket over to the side. Shade tax. Trying to hunt down any more. WTH, though, getting a little bit of developing situation here on train station. 76 wins a duel with a some type of tank down there. Let's take a look if it's a P4 or a Tiger. It was a P4. Another P4 up to the north. We can hear it, though. Yeah, P4 in the middle train station. Can get a little bit caught up. Remember, tanks, we've seen a lot crazy, we've seen crazy physics for tanks lately. In these recent updates. So won't be surprised if we see a little flipperooski happen if they hit the wrong object. Climbers United actually the other day on SME, or no, Fallschirmmaker, was able to, they had a flipped 76 south of SME Church, and they were able to prop it on its other side with an AT gun. And Badger, tanker for Helios, said it's acting like a crane, unless he was being sarcastic, but Badger, feel free to expand on that. 76, Covenant won't have a chance against this one. .76 misses Covenant. Covenant with those expert level dodge abilities. Some say he has watched John Wick over 30 times in order to improve his hallelujah skills. No skill moron. Okay, U.S. Ranger and Co. haven't been able to do too much damage yet. Everything's still kind of solid for WTH, although they are getting distracted from pushing the front line, obviously. Ruins looks okay, just have one banana berry inside with gas. OP's on the front door. The recap from WTH could come from anywhere. I mean, they're going to establish, I mean, they have a good front door line, obviously. The question will be where the penetration happens. Sometimes you don't know. I mean, it's not very clear, but then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? And then you just focus on that and see how much it spreads. Mansion control, though, still in favor of ESPT. Germax. Kugu down below, going up against 1200. 1200 jumping around, looking to get them with that T-42, but Kugu wins the 1 versus 1. Getting in a little bit more movement over here in the back line. .76 is taking some damage. Grecker still inside with the gun. Larry to the back repairing, and these ESPT buddies are going to zoom on in and eat them for breakfast. Paradox, Covenant, Fignaldo. Fignaldo loading up another rocket to the left. He's going to fire Paradox. Paradox trying to get a rocket on. But Fignaldo says, hey, buddy, let me do this one. Fignaldo lines up another one. And down goes the 76. Fignaldo ruthless with the rockets. Looking to collect his weekend bonus check with that CE today. Commander Woman Repellent and the rest of ESPT management will be paying out dearly after this one. There's no doubt a whole bunch of these blueberries will be hitting their contract bonus targets. Panzer IV in the road, controlling that little alleyway. Once again, no backline shenanigans we have any seen. I mean, the only thing was from U.S. Ranger back here, but the garrison has been found. WTH pushing on east and have mopped all this up, so excellent response by them. Not allowing any real shenanigans to mess up their push. 22 minutes, anything can happen. Hayes, Haas back here on the roof with that MG42. Not many targets for Haas, but this is the part of being a dedicated MG in Helios. You're responsible for holding an angle. And Haas will stay in this position as long as they need him to. Explosion happens over there to the top right in the alleyway, and that was a Jumbo 76 that loses the 1 versus 1, I'm assuming against the Tiger down here on the train tracks. While I was looking at Haas. It's okay, though. Got to give MGers credit. 76 was pretty far. Well, I mean, I guess they weren't too far away. They're just fortunately caught out of position there. Desperate to the top. Covenant, Wrath, Nacho, unknown, trying to penetrate this front line, but WTH holding strong. Supply drop coming over to the back. Looks like Critical's looking to just get up another garrison. Ruins defense. Once again, very, very good. Proxy Central goes off. Didn't see how many got. See how they handle this here. Honey Badger switching over to a support role real quick to build a repair station over here. He knows this will be a very useful tank position later, so he's just taking a second to take care of this right now. 75 poking about. Crusader and Germax. P4 poking out in the alleyway, or poking down the road. The 76 should have a, or the 75 should have a beat on that. Yep, they poke out, they pop it already. And that will take care of yet another medium, which of course is winning the poll today with 46% of the votes so far. Plenty of mediums all over the map. Some being salvaged, some not. Mika. RIP Grandpa on the front line. 75 from the Allies coming around. Troitage Jr. Rocket from Covenant, just a little bit short. Asbury's looking to control the 4-story. Your Grandpa up top, though. Looking to defend the stairs against Special Agent. Junior gets gunned down below. .75 down the road. Special Agent coming up top. Fupa, or Grandpa. Here's the footsteps. Grandpa. Oh. Oh no! Special Agent wins the 1 versus 1. In the houses, it's always difficult, especially when you're looking upwards like that. ESPT gaining a little bit of ground, just a smidgen. But hey, 50 meters ain't much to overcome when you want to make a big push. So there is plenty of time for a big cap. Over here to the back line. Haas still manning the MG position. Father Pig continuing to patrol around, making sure no WTH ticks are hanging out back here. checking out every nook and cranny. They say he was raised amongst a pack of bloodhounds. That's why ESPT entrusted him with this task. A nose like no other. He will sniff anyone out. So we'll let him be and do as he needs to do. Halftrack park down below. There's something you didn't see much before, but now with the 2 heavy limits, commanders have a lot more fuel to use. And what that means, well, you can choose to do what you want with it. Spawn 3 mediums, 4 mediums, or 3 mediums and a half-track, 2 mediums and 2 half-tracks. Got to keep in mind that vehicle limit, though. Don't want to get caught with your pants down, having too many half-tracks on the board, and suddenly your tanker say, hey, can you spawn a medium? And you say, sorry, buddies, I'm at vehicle limits. That will cause a bit of an uproar in command chat. It sure will. ESPT lines look good. Nothing crazy going on once again. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that like button real quick if you could, please. 75 down the road. Jumbo 75, I believe. Yes, Jumbo 75. Gold Dragon and Crow. Looking for another P4 to eat on up. So Jumbo 75. Normal 75. And then the other 75 up here on the road. $15 minutes. This is when heart rates increase on average by 30%, according to studies out of Oxford, where they sampled 50,000 hell let loose competitive players over the course of 3 weeks during multiple competitive matches. Players stock up on hydration drinks. Jaeger, Hitman Alex, Pollo Loco, and Sheza looking to hold this hedgerow up here by Mansion. But WTH squeezing on in just a little bit. Gobbly-backs. Fragging out to the right, missing a few. Jumbo 75, or no, normal 75 pushes down below. Jumbo 75 to the left in support. And WTH gaining a little bit of control down here to the south. Have to see if maybe an AT player will sneak around and get that half track. For ESPT, what do we got? We got more blueberries being dedicated to the attack on ruins. 1 front door garrison up to the north. Raspberries down to the south. Precision strike called in. Over on derailed train. No. Oh, no, we got to do that tank back there. Okay, so right underneath the peace strike. We go take a look. Oh, and it's just to the right. Oh, woman repellent. Just a little bit off, buddy. WTH starting to get cap progress, but most of it is coming from south, west of Mansion. So ESPT will just need a few bodies in the circle to offset it, I believe. Not too serious yet. And train station is one of those interesting points where if you push in from the north, you're going to be right on the border of getting into the circle, which may throw off the enemy team because they may think it's all safe and fine and dandy. All of a sudden, you have a whole bunch of enemies pushing across the grid square and providing a whole bunch of camp weight. Medium 75 poking out, looking to get an angle on that other P4. Camp progress is still coming in on ruins. Usually, I look away. I'm not too worried about it, but in this case, WTH bringing back a full spawn wave to deal with this. Proxy satchel goes off, clears out a few. Blueberries are in here. Shaka Zulu up to the top. Sanzu over to the left. Unknown comes around the alleyway, gets popped immediately. But of course, WTH bringing back their heavy hitters to make sure they don't lose this and go down 1-4 with 13 minutes. In these matchups, it is very rare that you see teams go down 1-4. Mug coming around the side. Going up against Sanzu. Sanzu going up into the 4-story. Mug popped in the alleyway, and camp progress is going to near the 50% mark. More reinforcements, though, coming in from the north. All right, we're at 60% now. WTH has got to be careful about this. Bombing run called into ruins. Woman repellent looking to seal the deal with a bombing run from west to east, squashing any raspberry reinforcements coming this way. And ESPT may order some more spawn waves to jump across this border here. Raspberry reinforcements come on in. We have a Luke's as well, but they're going to be outside the circle a little bit. Rocket comes to the right from Nikeli. More raspberries. This bombing run may have the distance. I don't know. It may be just a little bit short, unfortunately. No, it gets one. Oh, just a little bit short from Woman Repellent. And the raspberries come on into the circle. Key engagements happening now as we're over the 80% mark. And we have tanks being committed from ESPT. Will they be able to go up 4-1 in the championship and destroy WTH's hopes of coming back here? We're at 90, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 90. ESPT is the only one in here. This is going to require a full WTH callback to order to get sector pressure. Oh, man, we're almost there. Little spot wait for WTH. Oh, my gosh. Ranger pops OP and then ESPT goes up 4-1 against WTH with 11 minutes left to go. Oh, my gosh. That's massive. That is so big. Supplies falling into farm ruins. WTH in panic mode. Looking to reset this front line. Mamma mia. I did not expect that a little infection turned into a big boil. And ESPT blew that sucker up. And now they're up 4-1 with 10:50 left to go. Made me swallow my words there about these matches going only to 3-2. Alrighty, looking really good for the Axis. And they're going to be able to shift all this up. And ruins, obviously. Ruins to farm ruins. Oh my gosh, the stretch for the offense is going to be brutal. Over to the left, tank gets popped in the alleyway. Breathing a tiny bit of life into the WTH offense. But they are well out of sector. One Sherman 75 up here to the north, coming across. Supply truck down there to the south, 76. 75 down the road being chased by Fignaldo. This is 75 here, actually. So we have two 75s cruising on back, looking to loosen up the loosen up the ESPT defense. Fignaldo may have a satchel. Oh, Pollo Loco gets one in. Bjorn jumps out. Oh, what a rocket from the side takes him out. 9, Pollo Loco across the side. And these Shermans going to work together here to stay alive as long as possible. One Sherman rams into the other one a little bit. And they're going to need each other now, but one medium 75 goes ba-ba-ba-dooey to Pollo Locos, or pocket rocket. Another one in. And the Allied tanks staring into their own graveyard here in the middle of Carentan. Oh, Pollo Loco gets blasted. Another rocket from the top. From gas, I believe, from the 4-story. Looking to light up another one. And he nails it off the turret. 75 is trying to escape, but they're in the middle of a hornet's nest. Oh, and there we go. Gas finishes it off. Last round, taking them out. Ruins facing a little bit of cap weight. WTH in full sector, pretty much. Just have just chunk of raspberries down to the south. But ESPT is looking good. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. If you're just joining me, I'm your host today, Smithers. I play for the competitive PC team Helios. Here to bring you this match between WTH and ESPT as part of the HCA PC Championship, or Division 1 Championship. So far, we have seen 3 captures. First going to WTH on train station. Then ESPT capped it back after a little while. A long tussle back and forth all across the map. WTH had a little bit of underestimation there for the ESPT attack on ruins. ESPT able to capitalize on that and go up 4-1 just a few moments ago. Now WTH is trying to rush back in here. ESPT has a few bodies back on defense. Cap pressure still coming in over 50% mark. ESPT, though, should be able to bring some more bodies back to the circle, neutralize it. WTH has a long way to go down these roads in order to get this. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Panzer IV is going to stall in the alleyway here real quick. Over here to the right, we have a medium 75, but I don't think they're going to have an angle on that P4 at all. 2 crew members running on forward, looking to jump on in and join their buddy. Alexei inside. WTH trying to come back with a vengeance, but they gotta work down these narrow roads. Jumping from building to building, looking for any coverage possible. Airhead called into farm ruins. Commander Woman Repellent knows he's playing with house money pretty much at this point, and is just going for it. Seeing it, WTH is paying attention to their rear. There's no garrisons to intercept that. They'll have to spawn at HQ or run from the farm's ruin garrison. We'll see if this Airhead is successful. Let's check out the resources. We have 425 munitions, 261 manpower, and 825 fuel for the Axis. Jumbo 75 pushing over here to the road, looking to see if they can help out the infantry in any way. Gold Dragon and co. coming down here to make a little splash. Gets one shot on the Panzer IV down the road. Panzer IV fires short, or they didn't have an angle exactly. All right, Jumbo 75 knocks it out. And WTH is going to have a little chance here, maybe. But expect ESPT to bring back a whole bunch of reinforcements. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Over there to the right, we got a Puma trying to play ring around the rosy with a 75. And this Puma's just zipping and zapping, looking to wipe outposts, get a couple raspberries, and just delay WTH's advance. Rocket comes in from Paradox into the field. Slappy, Magva. Both those blueberries get wiped by Slappy and his MG. Oop, little bit of a frame rate drop. We'll be okay though. Usually just momentarily. Carentan cap progress still working their way forward for the Allies. The ESPT bringing back a bunch of bodies towards a circle. They know they just got to hold for a little bit longer, and they'll be good to go. Jumbo 75 taking some rockets in the middle of the road. Puma gets popped over there to the back. Jumbo 75 reversing. Four minutes, 25 seconds left. Here come the Rocketeers. Looks like Grandpa around the corner should have it with one to the booty. Takes it out, or takes the engine. Gold Dragon's gonna be sitting, and there's not a dang thing he can do about it. Grandpa, there we go. The Baba comes in from Grandpa. ESPT looking strong here. Airhead did go live behind the ruins. I don't believe it. And blueberries are gonna leak on forward. We have Shaka Zulu going over to the garrison looking for a manual dismantle. Shaka Zulu going against Ruden. Shaka Zulu holding his corner. A few defenders back here. Dorby and Delete. Shaka Zulu versus Ruden. Pops him. Joe comes on in. Tank crew member. Looking to get a little piece of the action off the Airhead. WTH getting closer and closer to the hard cap. But it looks like it's not going to matter. Ruins holding strong. ESPT putting up a big wall in front of WTH. And the Jumbo 76 gets popped in the middle of the road by the Tiger. And that may be the last chess piece on WTH's board that ESPT needs to worry about today. Athens, Grunt. Silly Gooth. Coming up here to finish that off. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. 30 seconds before ESPT can claim the 4-1 victory in the HCA championship over WTH. You got to give it to WTH. I mean, the Ruins is such a brutal point to defend. It really is. Oh my gosh, that's a tough one. Down here to the south, we have a 75 coming over to the back, looking to get some surprise on that Tiger. Tiger, those barrels facing to the rear. They may have gotten intel about it. Oh, they've turned around completely. The 75 is running into their own catastrophe. Bjorn Rico, Desberg! No, round goes back into the turret. And that will... Oh, Tiger, the round goes through the Tiger. I don't believe it. Or the round goes through the 75 from the Tiger. Sherman ricochets off top. All right, there you have it. Alrighty, so congratulations to ESPT for taking home the 4-1 victory over WTH here on Carentan. After a long slog back and forth between these two teams, the front line was holding for so long for WTH, but ESPT overcame it. They got pushed back a little bit. U.S. Ranger had a little bit of backline shenanigans, but it was shut down for the most part. I don't think it had too big of an impact, but I may be wrong. But then ESPT had a couple wins there on Ruins, one versus one's various spots, able to overcome the WTH defensive squad and overloaded it with tanks. Had a bombing run that came on in, and that was all she wrote. So ESPT will be number 1 in all of PC as of right now after this HCA victory. For those of you joining from the console side, hope you enjoy this, looking at a little bit of glimpse of what it's like on the PC side. Maybe you saw some things that were a little bit different over here. And maybe you'll want to incorporate into your console world. 30 seconds left to go. And we'll have, let's see, who do we want to take us to the final screen? We'll go to Zesty and see what his last little journey here in the final 15 seconds leads to.
Ross, you good?
Hell yeah, bro. GG's. I got stomped.
Honest confessions at the end of the game. Alrighty, buddy, we'll give our commends to Commander Woman Repellent, and that will be it today. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit that like button if you could, please. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, and of course, if you have any questions, go leave a comment below. I'll have 2 more streams later today, which you can find on my live channel. If you want to check those out, feel free. Alright, buddy, well, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, buddy.